Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/SorgatronMedia. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
This is Cody Diener. You're listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. And if anyone knows how to give her, it's Wrestling Mayhem. Give her. Woo-hoo!
Wrestling Mayhem Show.com.
It's the best day of the week. Today is the day that you have chosen to listen to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. This is DJ Lunchbox, putting it the fuck down for you. Let's fucking do this. Monday night, you know it must be raw. Leaders being a whore and not wearing a bra. Seen his damn belt still spinning around his waist. I can ship at a rhymes on what comes out of his face. Tuesday night and it's EC Dub. Michael Q Knoxville join the club. If he's sick of the shit, scream out boo boo. This ain't EC Dub and we can tell that too. Wednesday night, ROH on DVD. The best wrestling on the planet to the nth degree. Joe Damon's delirious, Daniel City, Kim McCarthy, Homicide, the Rottweilers, and Cancer Kobashi. Thursday night, TNA on Spike. Bruce is spoken, so that means I'm puking blood tonight. Shut up and show me the damn X division and get SoCal balance in my line of vision. Friday night SmackDown, this is all life. Kicking back, watching wrestling every night. Kenny, Boogeyman, Helms, Hardy, Guerrero, London, Kendrick, and the Stealing Show. RWF Scion in the weekly features. You're a student, we are the teachers. Shout outs to Jimbo's crew and to the D's. Putting it down for Vimmel with the greatest of ease. Wrestling Mayhem Show. Like a blast to your chest. Like you can't fuck with us, cause we roll with the best. You can't fuck with us. Enjoy yourself.
Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Wrestling Mayhem Show. It's Sorgatron here. And, of course, as always, the intern. Chime in, intern. Hello, am I alone in here?
I was listening to you stumble over yourself trying to say intern.
We're just trying to kill some time while I figure out why.
Oh, thank you for not trying to kill the intern this week.
There's something going on. Not yet! Not yet. The intern's still around. Right. Although we don't have any interviews yet, which makes me a sad panda.
Hey, I'm working on it. I showed you all the stuff that I have potentials.
But that's beside the point. Anyways, what we do have, and I'll bring their audio up here in a second, because apparently I'm finding the problems with the beta. We have Mad Mike. Let's see. Yo, there he is. Mad Mike is on the line and in video once I can finally get back to him.
Because I know you bitches want to see me live.
I think
it's better than seeing you dead.
That's right.
That is a fair and accurate statement.
There it is. All right, we'll pop it up, and here's the video, and there we go. We're live. It's beta. We got the Mad Mike. We got the WrestleFan in video for you live listeners and viewers, and for your video podcasters, so we can actually see the reaction. So we can see the fan of wrestling and his mom passing in the background sometimes.
That will happen only sparingly.
Only sparingly, and we'll see everybody eat their dinner.
Wow, sparingly? Did you just take the SATs, WrestleFan? That's a big word for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
learning things.
No lunchbox tonight, of course, but we'll be getting into everything. And he did leave a nice, big, freaky-sized message for us in video, mind you. All that Mad Mike's
frozen in carbonite. Is that true?
Is frozen in carbonite is purely speculation.
Carbonite.
Only to be thought out tomorrow night at the Front a Lot show. So in the meantime, well, we're going to be here talking about all your wrestling, all your news, and everything tonight. We got voicemails from Big Freaky. We have some Indie Minute news, and we'll just, I don't know, it's a little different because we got you guys all show, and we'll kind of see where it goes from here. We were left music by DJ Lunchbox and everything. But of course, I want to remind everybody to head on over to WrestlingMayhemShow.com if they want to see what's up with us. Yes, there is a lovely girl talking to a puppet video that we posted today. Also, as was on that graphic, also Twitter us at Mayhem Show. If you want to see what's going on with us, we have a lot of links to news, a lot of stuff going on, and links to follow all of us crew members. Of course, please join our Facebook group. Pretty good way to stay connected with us over there. And let's know we have friends. Go check out the Mayhem Show merchandise, Mayhem wear at the links on the right of the WrestlingMayhemShow.com, where we got a lot of fun stuff going on over there. Please check out our sponsor for a free audiobook. We'll be talking about that a little bit later in the show. And of course, the Mayhem Show Gold iPhone app, which we almost had a shot of WrestleFan's mom. Almost. It was so close.
And we almost had a shot of someone topless, but I'm not going to say who.
Thankfully, I was not
It's
playing.
a mystery.
I don't think it's very mysterious now. Thanks, WrestleFan.
It's a mystery. But you can check out all that stuff, including last week we had Mad Mike's drunken voicemail right here, right there on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Gold app. We've been hearing a lot of good things about it making it a little bit easier for people to check out what's going on and keep up with the show. And any way for you to get your mayhem, the easiest way possible is only a good thing. So go check that out. Wrestling Mayhem Show Gold. And check out our buddies. Bird's Eye View Gold is on there too. Go support their show too. They're a lot of good people.
And it's pretty cool to have the Wrestling Mayhem Show Gold in your hand versus other things in your hand.
That's right.
Ew.
Please wash your hands between uses. Yeah.
Just a heads up, I'm doing a lot of pantomiming this episode.
I'll try to get them. on the switcher here. So bear with me.
Pantomime episode of the Wrestling Mayhem.
Oh, there's someone in the background. Who is that?
Is that your mom?
Is that WrestleFan's mom?
That is WrestleFan's mom.
Was that a cameo?
Your mom.
Wow.
That is your mom.
Wow.
Yes.
We're gonna have to fix that eventually, but
No, you're not.
You're gonna have to fix your mom?
Whoa.
yeah,
I'll fix your mom.
No.
Oh man,
people.
man.
You were
Yeah.
the one who said it.
And again, people, if you we like to hear from you, Mayhemers, and about if that Mayhem apps are working out for you or not, and anything else wrestling related, anything about the show related, please pop us an email to goodtimes@wrestlingmayhemshow.com. We don't have anything this week. 2 weeks in a row, we don't have a single email. You guys had a theory about this. I think Mike, Mad Mike had a theory about this.
Well, I think it's because we didn't have any TNA to bash last week.
So the people aren't fuming with thoughts on the TNA because they haven't recalled that it moved to Thursday, or it's just like me in the hockey season. TNA is completely out of their lives now. It's not on Monday night.
And it might be because the Penguins lost too.
It's because the Penguins lost.
Yeah.
So it's
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's a mass depression. I got
It's the Montreal screw job of emails.
Yeah. Anyways, well, if you want to drop some calls, because we do have some calls, because we can always depend on 412-206-WMS0. Let's get right into calls from the Mayhemers.
It's time to reach out and choke someone.
Calls from the
Time to
Mayhem.
reach out and choke someone.
There is an echo somewhere that I cannot narrow down. Ah, boy, good times.
At
Good
WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
times.
Whoa, it is. Do you guys have the video up on your thing, maybe?
On the Ustream?
Yes. Make sure you
it
got.
ain't opening for me, but
Make sure you're muted, or it's not in like an errant window somewhere or something. Like
no.
I
I don't
have
think
the video
mine's
up,
not playing.
everything's muted on my end.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, here's a little bit from Big Freaky. He had a lot. He really liked our conversation last week about the wrestling DVDs. He had some thoughts on that.
Because they say they fixed the sound. Like one of the things I'm surprised you didn't complain about is one of the things. Oh, it drove me crazy. I know on Gauntlet for the Gold, the one where it's Tyrone's farewell. Oh, it drove me crazy. Tracy Smothers was there. He cut the promo. I could hear it live, but I could not hear it on the DVD. And oh man, that I absolutely hate. Especially, it's funny because now it's reversed. It used to be the crowd was so subdued you couldn't hear the commentators even though it was pumped in, or you could hear them. Now, I can't hear them live.
Yeah, that's one of the things we were talking about. I know LB was talking about there's problems with people interviewed in the ring on even early Ring of Honor DVDs, and it's kind of hard because if you don't have the budget, you don't have the proper mics for everything, so you're kind of depending on one camera or another. So
Right.
I guess people seem to be pretty happy with the IWC setup lately, as long as it's the normal setup. I know we had some problems in Clearfield when it was just a one camera, but that seems to be the best deal, is having the one camera off to the side that picks up pretty much all the noise happening in the crowd and everything, and it's by a speaker, so it picks up if anybody's on the microphone announcing. So I don't know, what do you guys think?
Well, when I first bought a couple of my IWC DVDs, I never really had that many issues with the sound, but some of the Ring of Honor, like the independent shows I go to, the NEW, oh man, sometimes, I mean, it's good wrestling, but sometimes it's just brutal to watch because there's so much like echoey crowd noise on it and everything. Like it really does make a difference if you have a better like just sound set up.
What does it seem like their sound's coming from in that case?
Well, I'm not sure. I think they want to try and get like what's going on in the ring, but they get way too much like background action. Like
they might be like, it might be like a ringside camera or something.
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah. Or like if they have two cameras going, they have like the audio for both of them picking up. To try and get ambiance for the crowd, I guess.
Yeah, and they maybe try to mix them together in post, and that's the problem. Like maybe it's not the most professional people on these indie shows, and they're not too great at the audio mix. And plus, you gotta think an indie show's usually like 3 hours. That's a lot of stuff to edit. And do you care to go through to 3 hours? I mean, you're getting paid enough to edit 3 hours worth of stuff, you know. So that's one consideration. Like, and then are people getting it from the hard camera, which is a little kind of above all the crowd noise and everything. So I don't know. It's an interesting problem. Like every Fed has to solve with their resources that are available to them, of course. So not everybody can afford an array of mics the way the WWE does, of course. So we have another one from Big Freaky. This one a little bit about Over the Limit, which is coming up this weekend.
Although I'm kind of baffled. You're going to the Ring of Honor tapings in Philly. That weekend is the WWE Over the Limit pay-per-view, and Detroit and Philly are about the same distance, right? Okay. I mean, I think Over the Limit, I wish I was off. I mean, I was tentatively talking with my girl about going up for Detroit for that. Because, I mean, and especially now, the card looks really good. Batista's last match, and, he's been on fire lately. I'd say he's the most entertaining he's been in years. Man, Edge and Orton, I think that's going to be phenomenal. I'm really excited to see Miz and Jericho versus the Hart Dynasty.
So a little bit about Over the Limit. Yeah, it's like 5 hours to Detroit from Pittsburgh. I think it's about 6 hours to Philly. But no, I'm actually going out for an assignment out there regarding, like, not particularly for the ROH show, but we'll be getting into that a little bit in the future months as something gets closer. But yeah, Over the Limit. It was my video. I was looking at the Over the Limit card, and we'll get a little bit in there. It seems like surprisingly loaded for a pay-per-view for this month, doesn't it?
Well, I think it's because they moved all the main events to Raw.
Yeah.
So it's like they're doing all the stuff they wanted to do. It's the big post-draft kind of push. So
I mean, looking at the card, there's not really one match that I'm like, oh, well, that's not going to be that good, you know what I mean? Or that's going to be like a throwaway match or anything, because, I mean, well, we'll probably run down the card maybe a little bit later, but...
Definitely. But yeah,
definitely like a good stat card.
For being like the only non-gimmick pay-per-view, I think on the near coming up calendar, it's like their last ditch for that. And even as far as that goes, we got an I Quit match on this one, and hair versus allegiance kind of thing. So yeah, really really interesting to see where they're going with that, and what do we got next month? Because I don't even know what the schedule is anymore. Is it Money in the Bank?
I believe it's.
Tickets went on sale for Money in the Bank. They usually have a pretty good lead time on them, and there's no way to have that. So I thought that was like September or something.
I thought it was in June though.
No, it's in June. It's in Long Island.
Wow, that seems really close. Let's see if I can pull up a pay-per-view calendar here.
I can see why Jack Swagger cashed in his contract so early now.
It'll be a quicker turnaround as far as that goes.
Yep.
So, well, on that note, let's go ahead to our first music break. DJ Lunchbox, of course, left us a little bit of music, and let's see what he wanted first. This one is Oh Shit 99 is the name of the group, and Flash That Skin is the song. I'm already excited for this. I don't know about you.
So excited.
So let's see.
Oh Shit 99 bringing us Flash That Shit.
Flash That Skin. It's
Flash
oh
that
shit.
skin.
Shit's only
Flash
in there
that
once. Shit's only in there once. So we'll be right back after this, and of course, Mad Mike's top 10 is coming up in this segment if we fix it. And this is a Wrestling Mayhem Show 219 with Sorg, Mad Mike, and the Wrestle Fan. We'll be right back.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show recommends highspots.com for all of your wrestling needs. Whether you're a wrestling fan, worker, or promoter, looking for figures, DVDs, or equipment, Highspots has what you're looking for.
Hi, I'm WrestleFan2000 from the Wrestling Mayhem Show. When I want a Jeff Hardy figure to jump off my race car bed onto a crowd of Lego people, I make sure to get them from highspots.com. Mom, I'm gonna clean it! Mom!
Click the link for Highspots on WrestlingMayhemShow.com to support the show when you want to purchase anything wrestling related. Highspots has what you're looking for.
Hey guys, it's me, Mad Mike, here with your top 10 list of the week. And considering that Sunday is the anniversary of the death of Owen Hart, one of my favorite performers of all time, I figured I would give you guys a top 10 list of my favorite Owen Hart moments. Number 10, the pants he wore in High Energy. Sweet baby Christ, they were magnificent. Number 9, the blue blazer gimmick. Doing the Hurricane way better than the Hurricane ever did it. Number 8, the 2-time Slammy Award winner. Owen Hart was probably the first guy to ever make the Slammy seem really relevant. Number 7, for anyone who remembers after Owen won the King of the Ring, when he came down to the ring, he had this graphic that would appear in the center of the ring. It was a King of Hearts card, and it had Owen having the smuggest look on his face, but it looked so picture perfect every time they showed up in the ring. I just really love that graphic. Number 6, the tights he wore in the Nation of Domination that had the caution stickers on them. I don't know why, but that always just made me laugh. Number 5, the fact that Owen should have been the real Legend Killer, because he single-handedly concussed Shawn Michaels and almost broke Steve Austin's neck. Owen Hart could have vastly changed the entire landscape of the World Wrestling Entertainment without even trying. Number 4, the kick heard round the world when Owen Hart kicked his brother Bret in the leg when they were fighting the Quebecers. I remember seeing that moment live. I remember my sister screaming, very angry at Owen Hart, and I just absolutely loved him. Number 3, Jason Sensation. For those of you who don't know, Jason Sensation was the guy who imitated Owen Hart when DX imitated the Nation. And his entire performance of Owen Hart was brilliant. What the hell am I? An Aardvark? Woo! Number 2, WrestleMania 10. Owen Hart opening the show, getting a victory over Bret, and closing the show just staring at him with disdain when he beat Yoko for the title in the main event. Love Owen Hart. And number 1, it's a little bit of a personal one for me, but back in the day when my sister and I used to go to wrestling shows, there was a tag match with Owen and the Bulldog on our side, and because it was a small arena, we had really up-close seats. My sister had to be about 8 years old, and she was dressed to the nines in pink and black attire, Bret Hart signs, Bret Hart glasses, Bret Hart t-shirt, anything you can possibly think of from Bret Hart. And she screamed as loud as her little lungs could carry, "You stink, Owen Hart!" And he was right in front of us, basically almost as close to the camera as I am right now. And he just turned around, looked at my little sister that was screaming this, and he smiled, and he just put his finger up to his lips and just said, "Shh," and we just started laughing hysterically. And that is when my sister even started to like Owen Hart. So yeah, those are the top 10 Owen Hart moments I can think of, and they were just swirling around in my brainwaves.
This is George Rutherford, former writer for WWE SmackDown. Fuck TNA, and you're listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
It's Mad Mike of the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
The meatloaf!
At WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
And gentlemen, Wrestling Mayhem Show 219, our first all crazy multi-video edition
all
here.
Visual audio podcast.
There you go. I like, we were talking about it in the pre-show. I like when you guys talk and there's the square to show people who's talking in case they can't read lips or the fact that they're moving.
Yeah.
So you just like seeing our squares light up, eh, Sorg?
Yeah, it's like Hollywood Squares or something going on here. It's gonna be epic when we get like 2 more people on the show and video.
I'll take Mad Mike for the block.
Damn it, WrestleFan, you beat me to a joke.
There you go, point for him.
To a joke.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your favorite 16-year-old in the
Guess
Indie
what,
Minute.
kids? It's time for the Indie Minute.
WrestleFan, we'll put you on the big one, and we'll use the proper match this time. What's going on in the indie world this week?
Well, for the first ever live video Indie Minute,
do you have visual aids?
Wait, what?
Do you have visual aids?
Visual aids. Working on it.
It was kind of a surprise. We didn't even know this would work. And don't say visual aids in the context that you just said it. It doesn't sound right.
But coming up this weekend, if you are an indie wrestling fan, Chikara Pro Wrestling is having one of their bigger events of the year, their Anniversario Weekend.
Nice.
I believe this is either their 8th or 9th year anniversary. So definitely a good, big weekend for shows for them. First starting at Saturday, May 22nd in Tyngsboro, Massachusetts for Anniversario Zen. Matches featured on that card will be a Relevos Atomicos match, which is basically an 8-man tag match. Mike Quackenbush and Jigsaw teaming with Hollow Wicked and Frightmare of Incoherence to take on Gran Akuma and Chuck Taylor of Fist, and Vin Gerard and Colin Delaney of The Unstable, as well as sort of a grudge match between former comrades. Fire Ant will go one-on-one with Pinky Pink Ant Sanchez, as well as other matches on card include a tag match of The Future Is Now, Helios and Equinox taking on the BDK team of Lindsay Dorado and Tim Donst, the Young Lions Cup champion. Ultra Mantis Black of the Order of the Neo Soul Temple will go one-on-one in another grudge match against BDK representative Aries. Definitely a lot of history between those two. Also, tag match between the throwbacks of Dasher Hatfield and Sugar Dunkerton against the BDK team of Tursis and Daisy Hayes. Also, 2 singles matches as Ophidian goes one-on-one with Stigma, and Green Ant, the rookie of the colony, goes one-on-one with Amasis of the Osirian Portal. And then they move to the next night, Sunday, May 23rd, in Union City, New Jersey, just minutes outside of NYC. Get on that, Mad Mike.
Give me
for
WrestleFan.
For Anniversario Elf, the matches include their big match, their main event, will be Eddie Kingston going one-on-one against probably one of the biggest stars Chikara has ever brought in, former ECW and WWE star Tommy Dreamer. We're going one-on-one with Eddie Kingston in what is considered by many a dream match. Also on this stack card, the Campeones de Parejas will be on the line when Kallio Castagnoli and Aries of the BDK take on Hollow Wicked and Frightmare of Incoherence for the belts. Also, the Young Lions Cup will be on the line when Tim Donst of the BDK defends against Soldier Ant, the man who pinned Donst at King of Trios. As well as another Relevos Atomicos match of Mike Quackenbush and Jigsaw and Dasher Hatfield and Sugar Dunkerton of the Throwbacks taking on the Bruderschaft team of Tursis, Pinky Sanchez, Sarah Del Rey, friend of the show, and Daisy Hayes.
2 friends of the show on that one, actually.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Also in singles action, Frightmare taking on BDK's Lindsay Dorado, Amasis of the Osirian Portal going against Vin Gerard, and then a 4-corner elimination tag team match of 3.0 versus The Future Is Now versus Team Fist versus the Super Smash Brothers. And that is all this weekend for Chikara. May 22nd in Tyngsboro, Massachusetts, May 23rd in Union City, New Jersey. Get your tickets at ChikaraPro.com and check out that great weekend of events coming up for Chikara.
Excellent, excellent. And thank you for reading them all in the order that they apparently are on the website.
I really should check out that Union City show. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's supposed to be close to you, man. We need a live report from you there.
I'll see if I can get out there.
From what I understand, the IWC has just announced the Super Indie has been released on DVD. There's a teaser up there over on, I believe it's on their site at IWCWrestling.com. A lot of good stuff. It really makes the tournament look good, that promo, and it was a really fun show. I had a lot of fun being there at ringside. for that one. A lot of names that you just mentioned are on there. WrestleFan, of course. Lindsay Dorado. I'm starting to say his name properly. Frightmare, who did really good, of course. And
Colin Delaney.
I noticed Chikara's actually coming around the area a lot lately. FNWWrestling.net, I think they are. They've been running shows out at Chess Arena where TNA has. And they just had a show this past week. I don't have much from that. I know a buddy of mine went and said it was a kick-ass show as always. He takes his 4-year-old son and he loves it. He's gotten pictures. I think their mom's MySpace page is him with the wrestlers in the middle of the ring. So they're doing real cool stuff there. Also, they're doing one back in my hometown, well, close to my hometown, up in Conneaut Lake Park, which I'm amazed it's doing anything up there. So FNWWrestling.net, I believe it is. Just look up Far North Wrestling, you'll find it. Anything else going on out there? I know Dragon's Gate just had their pay-per-view over this past weekend.
Yeah, they did have their pay-per-view. Seemed to be a pretty good success for Dragon's Gate. I believe they're making their next events will be coming up in the month of. Actually, I don't think it's until September they have another show in, I believe, Philly and also in Chicago.
Excellent. Now, do we know are these pay-per-views eventually released on DVD?
They are eventually released. It's pretty speedy time for when they're released on DVD. They actually, I've been studying their DVDs. They come in a pretty interesting package, pretty interesting look to them. They got a lot of extra bonus features of matches from like bonus matches from their shows, as well as matches from other companies featuring some of their wrestlers. Like, for example, FIP in Florida's featured in some of their DVDs. Some other promotions in Japan, like Pro Wrestling Noah, are featured on some of those DVDs. So I definitely encourage anyone with some extra cash to order one of these Dragon Gate USA DVDs. You get to see what Dragon Gate USA is all about, as well as a look at some other wrestling promotions, some of the bigger wrestling promotions all across the U.S. and the world.
Yeah, this is a lot like what I've been talking about. It's nice to see these promotions kind of scratching each other's back and showing what everybody's got going on. I'm looking on there, like as you were talking, it looks like they have about 8 DVDs, range about $15 to $20 each. And from what I understand, it's good pure wrestling. From what I understand. Now you've watched one of these pay-per-views, right?
I have seen. I didn't get to check out the recent pay-per-view, but I have checked out. I did check out their first pay-per-view, which right off the back, it was an amazing show. A lot of great talent, both from Dragon Gate in Japan as well as the USA. They have. I'm looking at the roster page currently. They have wrestlers from the USA, Japan, stars from England, and even stars from. They're reaching out with Chikara. They have stars like Mike Quackenbush, Jigsaw, Hollow Wicked. And I agree with you. They definitely are reaching out to other wrestling promotions, giving them a good, able to share their talent. Like I see a friend of the show and IWC star Johnny Gargano's on here. So it's a lot of different talent. If you're not into the Japanese talent, there's a lot of stuff you can check out with Dragon Gate.
And you're always surprised. It's if you're a fan of wrestling, and not so much just the sports entertainment stuff. I mean, I was completely surprised by the Japanese guys going in Chikara, and I kind of expected, okay, maybe these will be good or whatever, a lot of guys I've never heard of, I would have never had a chance to hear of, from other countries like them, and there was, guys representing Mexico and all over, but the Japanese guys were definitely the highlight of the weekend for, I think, anybody that went. The crowd was completely behind them. The one was a great, like, high-flying deal, the other ones were just brutal, and you appreciate it, even for, more grounded, hard-hitting wrestling. It was tremendous,
Yeah. And with Japan, they have the grounded, hard-hitting stuff. It's combined with a lot of aerial stuff. Just depends on, the wrestler you look at. And a lot of times with Dragon Gate USA, it's a lot of high impact. It's a lot of, fast-paced action. It could be, whether it be high-flying or mat wrestling, it's always fast-paced. For example, one of the main teams in Dragon Gate in general, is for those that remember watching TNA back in 2007 during the World X Cup, that big match between the Motor City Machine Guns and Speed Muscle of Naruki Doi and Masato Yoshino. That's really what Dragon Gate USA is all about, and that's the first time it was really brought to mainstream television. So, you know, if you enjoyed that kind of, you know, high-flying, death-defying, and fast-paced action, you know, Dragon Gate's perfect for you.
And then this kind of leads me to the question of the week. Of course, we're talking about the people that have pay-per-views and everything. Of course, we got Ring of Honors on HDNet. I've been very curious. Maybe one of you guys, or maybe our intern can look it up. I'm curious to what kind of ratings that Ring of Honor gets over there on HDNet. It can't be above a 0.5. I want to say they're getting 0.2s or anything, which is probably pretty standard for a network like that. So if somebody can take a quick look for me. But I started thinking about that, and of course we know a few groups like PWO here over the line have a show on Sportsnet Ohio. IWC used to have a weekly show here locally in the Pittsburgh area. CZW I think has a syndicated program around Delaware, Philadelphia, Jersey area that of course you can see up there on whatever the Chikara's streaming site that they're on. I think the a couple other feds are on there. So it stands. I wanted to pose the question: what do you think? Who should get TV? You know, I mean, is there any independents out there you think would be the next great candidate to get a actual, you know, if not national, at least like something like an extended cable HDNet kind of deal? I mean, we have Ring of Honor, we have WrestleLicious. What else do you think it kind of qualifies and would be a great pick?
Well, it all depends, I think, on I think a lot of portions, especially with Ring of Honor, since they've gone on HDNet, it's definitely going to affect how they schedule events, various live events and stuff like that. Whether they want to do a tape show where it's like Ring of Honor on HDNet, where it's an actual show with matches, with a storyline, and how they're going to play that into with their other live shows. I would love to see, not just because we mentioned them a lot on the show, I would love to see Chikara maybe do an extended version of their podcast. You know how they, basically, if you've never seen the Chikara podcast, The Go-Go, it's clips of matches from their DVDs. Usually the DVDs are a couple months back, so it doesn't interfere too much with live events. But it's also mixed with interviews, I shouldn't say interviews, I should say promos from wrestlers, as well as they recently added, in the last couple of weeks, they've added the Live Event Center to run down their cards and sort of promote their cards more. I would love for them to do maybe like a 30-minute extended version of that. Maybe have like past matches from Chikara or some way to sort of add time to it. But it's hard. There's a lot of indie promotions that I would love to see get a TV deal, like Dragon Gate USA. It all depends, I think, on scheduling, and it all depends on what they want to put more time and more effort in their storylines and in promoting into, whether it be their TV show or their live events.
And then there's also the question of what networks would pick them up. I guess we could get a Shimmer on the Oxygen network or something in the future. I mean, you know
what? Sorg. I honestly think Chikara would work really well on like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network.
You know, I think you're right. I mean, Kaiju Big Battle was on G4 for a while as like kind of a morning show, like a weekday morning show intermixed with like old episodes of G.I. Joe or something. So I think, yeah, something like Kaiju or Chikara or something else a little more over the top like that would be fantastic for
I mean, just when we were at King of Trios, like watching the little kids really get into, especially, I mean, Sorg, you remember the kids that were behind us.
Oh my god, that first night. Oh.
Even the second night, there were kids behind us, and they were into it. And the thing about, like, WWE can say that they're a PG product. They're really not. I mean, if you want to look at a PG product, Chikara is a pure PG product.
And it's a PG product. More importantly, it's a PG product that isn't insulting its fans. Like WWE does when they say, oh, we got to cover up the blood. It's like, but you have a history of this, you know. WWE would have been better served to have a separate PG product and then let us have our Raw.
Right.
Why is Raw PG for the kids when it runs to 11 o'clock at night when most of the kids should be in their damn beds anyways?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's just these mixed signals with WWE right now. They're just, and that's what's pissing off the fans that have been watching and confusing the ones coming in, I think.
And that's the other thing too. Chikara is very much PG, but them being PG doesn't really interfere with the product they put out to the public.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if anything, it really adds to it. I mean, their matches, you know, you would look and you'll see, oh, well, they have ants and they have, you know, wrestling ice creams and they have, you know, all these weird characters. But I'm sorry, but most of them are very trained in the arts of, you know, whether it be lucha libre, Japanese style, the more English style. They are very highly trained wrestlers.
But see, the main problem is, that's how Chikara started out. Like, Chikara started out a very PG program.
Right.
As did WWE. But then, along came the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era, you had nudity, you had cursing, you had sexually charged angles. And then, you know, once Vince blew his competition out of the water and bought out WCW,
he didn't need it.
They didn't need to do shock things like that anymore. I mean, and they gradually wore off on a lot of that stuff once WCW went away. Now they're trying to go back to how they were before, and people aren't having it because they missed the Attitude Era.
Mm-hmm. The audience has been trained a certain way, and you're trying to force them back the other way.
Yeah, it won't work.
So, all right.
But
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to move on, but if you have anything else to add.
No, that's pretty much. I was just going to say, yeah, any promotion, like I said before, any promotion would definitely be great to have a TV deal, just depending on how they want to schedule their events.
Mm-hmm. All right, I guess on that note, let's go ahead to the break. We have some words coming up from DJ Lunchbox. He has thoughts on the wrestling for the week and a little video message for us. But he did leave us some more music. Let's see if it's as interesting as the first. Oh, crap. I should send this to you to say, because you've been practicing those Chikara names, WrestleFan.
Oh, Jesus. Hold on.
Tayomo Denku. And the song... Tayomo Denku. The song is Mona Lisa, featuring Prince Po. So there you go. We'll be right back.
Let's see where this will be.
We'll see where this goes. Wrestling Mayhem Show 219 with Sorg, Mad Mike, and WrestleFan. We'll be right back. Oh, Missy's here too.
Hit the streets, spitting flames, what I'm paid to do. Scatter data, batter tracks like A-Rod. It's the return of the Bozak and stay hard. Blow sacks to Haze Guard, then I orbit out of space. Move like a spy, you lame guys are simply out of place. Switch up the style on them, jump in the rental. Dip through the alley, scoop my dog Dinkle. Slide up in the booth, smash the instrumental. Be sure to have minds ready, cause cash is essential. Coming to earth among the most belligerent. Posters in the verses like titties, niggas is feeling it. Leave your Jews with worth, cursing the ignorant. Prince Pro Calico, nigga, but militant. Got your boys crying out. Crying while you stretched out in front of the church. I smash balls with inebriated alcoholism, the drunken master precision where I sight Cyclops vision, a dark minion stays between my monkey's middle. Governing words uncivil as my verse starts to ripple. That's when I pop your man in the face with a can of Pringles, start ripping off the top like a broken roof shingle. The passion in my music, it makes your heart tingle. I let my presence be heard like megaphones and Kris Kringle. Used to be so simple like a Wu-Tang instrumental before hip-hop got ugly face like a white head pimple. Who's that knocking at my door? It's Prince Po, not confusing these kids no more. We strike opposing attacks with Madonna Mad Max on your Cinemax tracks with your girl's butt crack. Talent today it really lacks. What's all fictional facts used in your corny ass raps? I drop bombs on cats with graffiti graffiti on fur. Black out on lines like a cokehead blur. Word to my hors d'oeuvre, passed around the party. I'm the baby kid they call OP. Keep my name low key. Midget locking mechanism, the most is not even human organism. Short rock cut, skin deep laceration, cough sick meditation. Cure my creation. Panic brings the bass in. Fishing for the snare. To me, no other musician can compare. I cook you something up. I hate to be rare. To the back of the bus, don't pay to be fair. Proud in my stare, can't breathe, need air. Double your money, be broke, I dare. Even if I'm dope, nobody cares. Cause I ain't met the man in the A&R chair. Rappers on the aftermath, but I won't signature the contract. And now, step
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is DJ Lunchbox coming at you like a bean, throwing shapes at front and center. You know how we do. This week, I humbly apologize to both you and my partners in crime over at the Wrestling Mayhem Show. I am unavailable to join you this fine evening, but I'm throwing out a transmission from my Arctic location to you and yours. Let's talk about Raw real quick. Edge versus Christian was a fantastic match. I loved it. It was a great match. Top to bottom. Those two were really enjoying themselves. Came across in the crowd. Came across on my TV. Winky winky dinky. Oh. Great match. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Bret Hart in the US title. I liked it. I'm sure Mad Mike's gonna have some problems with it, and a lot of other people are too. Honestly, I can see a lot of ways where this could go bad, and has already gone bad, and it probably will. But the fact remains, I am a heart mark, and so shall I always be. Thank God Virgil has a job again. Praise the Lord. Virgil is employed once again, because the fact of the matter is, now, maybe this will keep him off the con circuit for a couple of years, stay the fuck away from my Comic-Con, and, I mean, I'm scared to even talk about wrestling around the guy, or mention the term wrestling or tights, or anything like that. He just seems like he's going to latch onto you and he's going to talk to you for a month and a half and you can't get away from the guy. So, stay off the con circuit, manage this brief WWE money well, Mr. Virgil, and, see if you can keep it going. Really, man. Batista. This is the most I've liked Batista in a very, very long time. The last time I was this high on Batista was during a certain feud with a certain Triple H that culminated in an awesome hardcore Hell in a Cell match. I was a fan, and then I hated him. I mean, for a long time, I wanted Batista to just go away. I was happy he was going, and he's shown something in this feud that I haven't seen in a long time, and I really enjoy it, so props to Batista. Buzz Alderaan? Really? Well, whatever. Yeah. And out of curiosity, did anybody see the main event? Because I know I watched it, but I don't remember a thing about it. So, anyway, my fuzzy little man Peaches, I leave you with a few short thoughts. Someone put Jeff Hardy in prison already. Someone put a bullet in TNA's head already. And somebody, please somebody, anybody, explain to me why Kurt Angle, Kevin Nash, and Sid fucking Vicious are getting money for a zombie movie. It boggles the mind. Alright? Thanks, folks. You can check me out over at ThoughtfulRiot.com, Twitter.com/DJLunchbox, and you can always find me under my other name, Ira Glass, on my other podcast, ThisAmericanLife.com. Have a great show. What are you talking about? You know what? Fuck you, man. No. You try that again, I'm gonna fly at you like a bag of dicks. receive me like a satchel of vaginas. Thanks, guys.
Mikey and Bob from the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. Yes. Wrestling Mayhem Show is awesome. Love it. Still real to me, damn it. Put hair on your balls. You know, whatever. Hair on your balls. All right. Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one, the only.
It's the men of the Wrestling Mayhem Show at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that word from the absent T lunchbox this week. A lot of words about, we'll be getting into a bit about Raw and everything going on. Zombie movie? What the fuck is a zombie movie? With Sid Vicious and whoever else he said.
Zombie? Sid Vicious,
you guys,
Kevin Nash, and Kurt Angle?
Yeah, what the hell? I know Kurt Angle was on another one. I think it was called Ring the Bell. I was another local podcast I was talking about on Twitter recently. But I don't remember a zombie movie being a part. I think a vampire movie, but I don't remember zombies. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Audible.com. We love it. We love it here.
Audible's awesome.
DJ Lunchbox, when he's around, he loves it. Of course, we got to deal with Audible.com for you, the Wrestling Mayhem Show listeners and viewers. Of course, go to that URL, audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media, and that right there will entitle you to one free book of your choosing from Audible, from their vast selection of over 75,000 audio books. Works with your Apple iPod, the iPad, a bunch of MP3 players, and coming soon to the Android if you have those. We're not fucking that up again. But this week I wanted to throw a shout out to an old friend that has a book out, in one Chris Brogan, along with Julian Smith, Trust Agents, Using the Web to Build Influence, Improve Reputation, and Earn Trust. This is a really interesting book to me, of course, because of doing podcasts and everything over these years, learning how to communicate and kind of bring the audience in, especially the podcast, this podcast and everything. A lot of great ideas and kind of the philosophy about going out and doing that. A really good listen, really good. They read it themselves, Julian and Chris Brogan, and of course, Brogan. If you look up the old podcast Mayhem shows, there's a few talks of DJ Lunchbox and us interviewing him, kind of in person. We've had a lot of fun with him in podcamps in the past. So please check that out. It may not be for all you wrestling fans, but for anybody trying to get a presence out online. Whether you're also doing a podcast or a blog, if you want to talk about wrestling and everything, and you want to kind of have a community based on that, wrestlers, really you should pay attention to this to kind of call your fan base together and make it do great things to help whatever your goals are out there. But go check it out. Trust Agents, Chris Brogan and Julian Smith, free. And again, that URL is audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. So go check it out. Help a butt out. And if you're interested in that, go check the book out. But you can choose from anything at all. You don't have to listen to us. Who listens to this?
They have some other good stuff on there.
What's that?
Mm-hmm. They have some other really good stuff on there.
They do. They have lots of good stuff on there. A lot of fiction too. I know Stephen King and everything is supposed to be represented on there. So on that note, let's get into the news. Now, guys, I wanted to share with you. Did you hear about Gail Kim's new movie?
Oh boy.
Is it of the sexual variety sort?
Well, I don't know. It's at least of the violent variety. So here it is. It's called Royal Kill, and and we'll go ahead and play the trailer here in the background a little bit. There's not much to see, because it's very fucking dark. They invested in black a lot. Read those quotes down there. I don't know if you guys can see them on the video, but the bottom one there, one of the lowest budgeted movies ever to play at AMC Theater.
Wow.
Is that, I guess, okay.
I guess that's a good thing.
That's a weird thing. Like, I got halfway through that and didn't know where they were going with the line. One of the lowest budget. Huh?
Maybe they're trying to inspire confidence in people who don't have faith in the economy.
It's got some guy from the Dark Knight.
It's got Eric Roberts.
It's got
Eric Roberts.
Wait. And did you see that? Did you see Mr. Miyagi is in this movie?
I saw Mr. Miyagi. Wasn't he dead?
Yeah. How long ago did they make this movie?
They resurrected him just for the movie.
It was actually, no, apparently they started filming it in 2005 when she was still in TNA.
Okay.
That explains why she's in a crap movie.
Aw. These keep leaking out. Have you seen how many movies Kurt Angle was in? He filmed 6 in the last year.
By the way, I found the zombie movie that DJ Lunchbox was talking about.
Okay.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Wow. It is starring Kurt Angle, Kevin Nash, and Sid Vicious. It's called River of Darkness. You can't arrest the dead, is the quote on the poster apparently.
You can't arrest the dead.
I'm looking at the trailer. It's on Daily Motion. I might post a link in there.
Okay.
In the chat room. But I don't know what it's like if they took the cameraman from Goosebumps and made it a gory, bloody movie.
Oh, you just aged
with zombies. It looks like the same like camera and stuff like that from like the Goose. You guys remember the Goosebumps, TV series?
We weren't fetuses.
No, because I was 16 at the time I were out.
Sorg, you watch Goosebumps.
No, I
Don't
didn't.
be one of those elitist
Now you know
assholes.
who watched Goosebumps? The Silent Ninja.
You got all the books too.
And we just pulled a whole box, a couple boxes of his books, of his Goosebump books out of the attic at Dad's place over the weekend. So yes.
And unlike Sorg, they were not audiobooks.
That's right. No, they were not audiobooks. The
I had
Silent
a
Ninja was a
Goosebump
reader.
thermos.
You have a Goosebump thermos.
I was actually more into Fear Street myself.
Fear Street. Wasn't there one called Ghost Rider? Wasn't that one? No.
Ghost Rider?
It might have been on PBS or something. I don't know.
Ghost Rider was completely different. Sorg.
No, really? Okay.
Yeah, I posted.
Ghost Rider is very different.
I posted the link in the chat room. Tell me that does not look like a bloodier, gorier version of Goosebumps.
Hold on, we'll get this up here. That's not what I wanted to talk about. This flux of movies. There's a bunch of them came out. I started just looking up wrestlers on Netflix just to see what would come up. And help me out, WrestleFan. What was the name of that? Oh, Dead
Oh
what?
my God, this looks great.
River
of Darkness.
Okay, I'll take a look at that.
This looks tremendous.
Doesn't it look like the Goosebumps though? Like it's I don't know what they did with the camera, but
I need to see this. I need to see this right now.
And surprisingly, you can tell it's Kevin Nash and Sid Vicious as the
totally
zombies.
can.
Of course.
You totally can.
Hold on, we'll see. I'm trying to get a trailer up for the video watchers here.
Did I just say Cheech and Chong?
Where? In this video?
No, no, Missy. That's Kevin Nash and Sid Vicious.
Kevin Nash and Sid Vicious, not Cheech nor Chong. This looks rough. This looks.
Oh man, this looks tremendous.
Oh boy.
The Endgame was the low budgeted thing. They're actually mentioned in this article, not the trailer, unfortunately.
Does that have the trailer?
No. Well, I haven't. Oh wait, there's the poster. Ah shit.
Yeah, you can arrest the dead.
but like in the interview, he's talking about how these movies he's done weren't entirely high budget or good, not necessarily. So I mean,
starring World Wrestling Federation stars.
Yeah, it's got the WWE logo, and none of them are in WWE.
Oh wow, Kevin Nash.
Oh,
so let's pull up. There's the poster right there. You can't arrest the dead. This is gonna be my wallpaper, dude. That's amazing. Look at that. That's great. Wrestlers keep getting in movies because obviously the bar was lowered right off the bat when Hulk Hogan did what was it, Super Nanny or something? I mean,
I think so, yeah.
Or Santa.
It wasn't the same since Andre the Giant was in what's it called?
Would you like a peanut?
Hey,
that was one of the highlights of wrestlers doing.
It was. That's what I'm saying. It's never been the same since.
I loved The Princess Bride with him in that.
Would you like a peanut? No, you know what the best wrestler appearance in a movie was? The Big Show in Jingle All the Way.
Oh, I thought you were going to say One Night in China.
Jingle All the Way.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna deck your halls, bub.
Ew.
Oh man, the Big Show is a very large Santa Claus. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Big Show and Waterboy.
That was a good one, though. That was
good.
fun. That was a fun
And
one.
technically, he was Captain Insano, Riz. Captain Insano showed no mercy.
Wow. Okay, well, on the bright side, at least a movie like this is usually straight to Netflix streaming, so...
Yeah.
God damn, I need to get my Netflix up.
Hell yeah, dude, I recommend it. Hell, we should have them as a sponsor as much as we talk about their stuff. So,
You hear that, Netflix?
Give us money!
Whoa, hey, we got...
Give us money!
Alright, that's a bit aggressive, 15-year-old.
A little bit aggressive. He's about to get a little bit more aggressive because Nicky James' album, Strangers and Angels, is out.
Woo!
And
I'm buying that 5 times.
WrestleFan can pick it up for $9.99 on iTunes. It has
really $9.99?
It's 11 tracks. It's a full album, dude.
And if you buy it on iTunes, it comes with the free song "Roast Beef Sandwich."
Roast beef sandwich. Well, with such
Which is my new entrance music. For those that don't know.
Well, to pick your selection of entrance music is pretty wide here. We have "Are You With Me?" Hollywood Movie Moment, "I Call the Fight," Freedom Song, Strangers and Angels, "Make Me Feel Like a Woman." There you go, WrestleFan. Falling Over Again, "When You Come Home Tonight," "I'm No Good at Pretending," "Don't Apologize," and "Dumb Bitch."
Dumb Bitch.
There you
I
go.
want to know who Dumb Bitch is about.
So, WrestleFan, we should get an album review from you here.
Oh
in the near
boy.
Future.
You know how I don't know about most of you guys, but I do hate the country.
You do hate the country.
I will make a sacrifice.
Canada.
You're in Texas, isn't it? All country.
You are so uncultured.
Uncultured? You're in Texas.
Did the 15-year-old just call Sorg uncultured?
You're in Texas. I was at a musical this past weekend, thank you, or a dance recital.
I was going to say it was a dance recital. What the hell are you talking about?
So apparently I've been informed like a couple days ago that my city got made fun of on Family Guy.
Nice.
They just made fun of you, that's all.
Dude, my city got misrepresented on Heroes.
Your city always gets blown up. So
It does. Well, no, I'm not even talking.
Well, your city's in everything.
I'm
Yeah.
not talking New York City. I'm talking town.
Oh, well.
City got misrepresented on Heroes.
Poughkeepsie.
what they do with Poughkeepsie on there?
Alright, it's Poughkeepsie.
Poughkeepsie.
Assholes.
Poughkeepsie.
No, Poughkeepsie was what they
Poughkeepsie.
said in Sex and the City, the movie. Yes, I saw it. Shut the fuck up.
Poughkeepsie.
But Poughkeepsie was the bank where the villains from Level 5 tried to rob.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know that got
And
canceled, right?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, that is not fucking Poughkeepsie. It's not even close.
Whoa, cough button.
Sorry about that.
All right, new general manager to be announced next week on Raw, guys. Who's it going to be?
Virgil.
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 Awesome.
Speaking of Virgil, they had the match between who did it was DiBiase and Tatsu, and after the match, DiBiase cut this promo, and after when they're about to leave, you can see Virgil's kind of like motioning for DiBiase to give him the belt to hold on to, and DiBiase just like starts just staring away from him and tells him to hold open the ropes.
Pissed.
I
He
saw
got
that. Ted
pissed.
was like, no. This is my
That's how he does it. That's really how he did it. Every time when he was up there here at the Night of Legends show, every time there was like a dollar bill in somebody's mouth, Virgil would take it and put it in his pocket. Legit.
Well, he used to do that back
Virgil.
in the day too, Sorg.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Because I thought the idea was those $100 bills they put in the guy's mouth would always be coming out of Virgil's pay. So it's Virgil coming out.
I don't know. I need to go.
Virgil got paid?
I need to go watch the old Ted DiBiase DVD. Yes, exactly.
Of course Virgil got paid, Missy. We're not running an indentured servant farm here.
Oh.
Well, we're not.
Well, we might.
And you know that
well,
back
they're
in the
not.
day.
They're not. But yeah, I love it. And then of course Lunchbox had a lot to say about like oh good, keep him employed for a while. That'll be fantastic, because This is the guy that'll show up at an indie show and have a table with merchandise and $1 Million Man stuff and everything, but he's not on the show anywhere.
You realize now he's just going to show up with more merch with pictures of both him and Ted, and now him and Ted Jr.
Oh, dude, he's actually going to have people at his table now. It's going to be amazing. But no, yeah, Virgil, he's a great guy, very talkative, but and everything. We kid here on the Mayhem show.
We have kids here on the Mayhem
I know
show?
I'm going to run into him again.
Yes,
Yeah, like me.
Is the kid.
I never thought I would have run into Virgil 5 times in 2 years, in my travels.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Virgil turn on Ted this Sunday.
Yeah,
it's the way it's looking.
It seems like it's kind of quick, but Speaking of quick, how is your mom? I've seen her in the background there, Russell fan.
Oh boy,
we were late on it. Come on, you were owed. Anyways, moving on. We won't dwell on that. Hulk Hogan has a heart scare slated for back surgery soon. Because that's related?
Wait, doesn't he have to have a heart?
I think Hogan needs a new doctor, is what's going on.
Wow.
You're having heart troubles.
He's having heart troubles. He can't find his cold, blackened heart.
He got, according to ProWrestling.net, he got a scare. Doctors discovered a possible problem with his EKG while he was undergoing tests for back surgery. Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
That makes sense. They do a general battery because the anesthesia and everything. Sent to a specialist, cardiovascular medical center in Florida for further testing. His heart's working fine. However, story notes Hogan will undergo another back surgery soon. So there you go. Warm up the cripple card. Here we go.
If we have the cripple.
Sorry.
We should have a poll. What's Hogan going to have more of before he leaves TNA? Surgeries or matches?
Well, he's got to be on every episode of Impact, so he has to come out with the cripple card at least once.
He does have to be on every episode of Impact. That's kind of the deal.
I want him and Ric Flair to have a wheelchair race.
Ooh. The identity of the female wrestler from the Goldust skit on Raw from last night is actually Cherry Bomb from Shimmer.
Mm-hmm. I do recognize her. She's done some Shimmer shows, normally as, not really a jobber, but she's sort of one of the talents brought in to make some of the more mainstay talents look better.
There's a picture right there of Cherry Bomb in wrestling attire. And also,
I heard WWE signed her.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're using her for a skit like that. So
I think they signed her for a developmental deal.
They also, I put a video link to for anybody that might have missed that clip from last night, and a video of her being interviewed by a puppet.
Which really isn't everyone's dream.
Why not? I mean, I think this was the perfect opportunity to introduce her. There you go, novel approach there.
Sorg played Connect 4 with a puppet.
I did play Connect 4, and I fucking owned that puppet. That Connect 4 jobber of a puppet.
You should be proud, Sorg.
Yes, I played a game with the puppet of Steve the Turtle Wiener. I played a game with somebody with Wiener in their name. Isn't it every boy's dream? Okay,
wait,
moving
what?
on. Impact ratings.
Every boy's dream to play with a wiener.
Impact's up to a 0.9. And we did off-air, intern Missy over here, did have some information about the Ring of Honor stuff. And what was that again?
Yeah, apparently HDNet does not subscribe to the Nielsen rating system, so there are no ratings. There were assumed ratings that were posted by TNA fans of,
that's what I found too. There's I think maybe 1,000 people watch Ring of Honor. What? Really?
Maybe 1,000 people in Pennsylvania.
Just saying, those are TNA fans. They're really bitter.
Yeah. They have reasons to be bitter right now. But
I know it's up.
Mm-hmm.
From last week, and I know they were going against the NBA playoffs and all this blah blah blah.
They got
bullshit.
a 0.9. They got a 0.9 with 1.3 million viewers.
Well, to be fair,
I'm sorry, it's not.
They got on their last Thursday broadcast.
I think they got like a 0.8.
I mean, and I was looking. I put it up because I had a couple of curiosities. I was talking about, how do they compare with Thursday Thunder, like we were talking about, right? Mm-hmm. And I posted a sample from the last year, up through that March, I think 26th of 2001 for Thunder, before they got bought by WWE. And I put the first few months of January. One, because that was the first thing I found, so yeah, I was a little lazy. But also, I thought it wasn't fair because to count the Monday slot, it wasn't a good kind of relation. Yeah, I don't think they got lower than a 1.8 that whole last going out the door for WCW.
Right.
TNA would kill for 1.8, and they've gotten up to like 1.5s and stuff. So
yeah, but obviously, this is what is obvious what's going on with TNA. It's not the fact that you moved to Monday nights. It's not the fact that it's the problem with your advertising, and it's a problem with your actual product. That is why you have such low ratings. There's no other reason why.
No, I don't think. No, did you watch WCW going out the door there? It was horrendous.
Was he old enough to watch WCW going out the door?
Did you watch it when you were in Theta State, Wrestle Fan? I mean,
I remember glimpses
and flashes and something about Ric Flair in a wheelchair in the desert. I don't know.
And then Animal returned, and it was all a blur.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I mean, and that's pretty much how we all remember it. But sorry, TNA is actually entertaining at times compared to what they used to do there. I mean, for the I don't want to say it this way, but for the layman wrestling fan, like, TNA is what they're looking for. For the old ECW guys that are tired of not having blood, they love TNA. They have to love TNA, not the smart marks, of course, but like,
right.
The guys are flipping on Thursday because they don't understand what The Office is about. Love TNA.
Well, here's a question as far as TNA is concerned. Did it confuse viewers when they had more than 4 sides to their ring?
Yeah, I think it might have.
Wow. Because you're talking about like the layman wanting to watch it and different things like that.
And then Jolo John's in there saying the last hour of WCW was rough. The first hour with all the lightweights was always great. It's like, yeah, that's true. But they didn't have even much of that towards the end there in the time that we're talking about.
Well, at that point, everybody was jumping ship to WWE anyway, weren't they?
Yeah. I mean, the big guys were still there. They were supposed to be the ones bringing it in. Sans maybe Hogan or something, or they were they were on a coincidental sabbatical at the why genophobia, fear of women.
What?
It's from Sasquatch in the chat room.
Oh.
Gynophobia?
Last few never aired.
I don't think that's real.
I think he made that up.
I think he totally made that up.
Guys are generally feared of gynecologists.
Anyways,
speaking of TNA,
gynecology.
Oh wait, hey, and on the ratings thing, on the Mayhem Show Twitter, I did post something earlier today about Nielsen ratings, how they work. And if you read it, you'll realize why you don't matter to the rating system.
Unless you're Leslie Nielsen.
Unless you're Leslie Nielsen, yes.
Leslie Nielsen rules all.
There you go.
No.
But yeah, I was gonna say, since we're talking about TNA, there was a pay-per-view this weekend.
Yes, there was. Most of us watched it, yeah.
Most of us watched it, yeah.
And it was
decent.
I was entertained by it. I thought it was really good. It was the closest to wanting to actually pay for it that I've ever gotten. Mm-hmm. Really wasn't too bad of matches. I mean, it was... Although... go ahead.
I don't understand some of the decisions they made, but...
Well...
It was an okay wrestling show.
Yeah.
I think the decisions they made were stupid.
Yeah. The X Division match was really impressive, I thought, between Doug Williams and Kazarian.
Mm-hmm.
Another match I thought might have gone on the radar by most, but I thought was really good for their standards, was their knockout match. Yeah. I thought it was a good match. And people will talk about, the ending and stuff like that. It was expected that Tara was going to lose, and since she's on her way out.
But the ride was still there,
And I love the fact this match really did put over, Madison Rayne as a top contender, or I shouldn't say top contender, top star in their division now, since she's the champion. Because think about it, they had the storyline where she didn't want the beautiful people to come out during her match. She wanted to do it by herself. And she won cleanly, for that matter. She beat a former WWE star, multi-time women's champion. So, this could be a real good push for Madison Rayne.
And to be fair with Tara, I know a lot of people were, she got a lot of flack. Supposedly TNA put the word out that she was really hard to work with and everything, but she really did, she did what she was supposed to do in that match, and
Right.
it came off really well. I still have problems with Madison Rayne kind of buying her as nothing less than a cheap knockoff of Angelina Love.
Sure. I'm kind of surprised that she got the knockout belt that early.
Me too. I really do miss the original Beautiful People faction, with her as more the lackey.
Right.
But I think it's one of those that you're also gonna like the original DX more than the New Age Outlaws version, most likely too. Or NWO.
That's not necessarily true. I like the new Beautiful People. I think Lacey works much better as a lackey than Madison ever did.
Well, yeah. Well, when you've lowered the bar that far,
right?
Well, no, because dude, Lacey, she can't work in the ring.
No,
that's very apparent. But her promo is funny as hell.
Yeah,
she does.
It really is.
The whole dumb girl, dumb blonde character she plays is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I love it, and I love how I think it was this past week on Impact where she went to run away to go pee in the middle of a promo, and Madison's like, "Why do we keep her around?" Velvet's like, "She's really pretty. Remember, she's really, really pretty."
And that's the point.
Absolutely brilliant.
And that's the point of the whole faction. That brings it around right there. So,
and, I mean, not to be a chauvinist, but Madison Rayne higher than Angelina Love. If you're gonna have a faction,
she's got a better face. Just saying, she's got a better face.
Which one?
Madison Rayne.
WrestleFan, did you look at the picture I put in the chat room?
Yes, I did look at the picture, and I agree with you.
Okay, and you agree with me all around. Thank you.
I'm still with Angelina Love on this one. So, anyways, moving on to the next topic. Cody Rhodes says he didn't get to play a real character on Raw, but fans will get to see what he's all about on SmackDown. So, which kind of brings up an interesting thing I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about that, and kind of factions in general, and how people come in. Like Cody Rhodes, like maybe as a singles wrestler, we'll see something different and something kind of grow, from him, other than just being like the guy with Bob Holly, or being the guy whose dad is Dusty Rhodes that is now the lackey of Randy Orton, but thinking about guys that like Zack Ryder, well, whatever you think about like where he is, he has a distinctive character that's kind of coming out more. And remember, this is the guy that used to be one of the Major Brothers and then became one of the Edgeheads. So to finally see him coming out, I'd be curious to see what happens with people that are part of the Straight Edge Society, that don't really have any individual personalities and kind of grow from there. And remember, like, kind of people that have, were the lackeys, like Batista, used to be Deacon Batista.
Trish Stratus.
Yeah, Trish Stratus was simply a manager under TNA. What's that? Lita was just a manager and came out from there. Just this interesting lackeyism for introduction kind of method.
I mean, if you look at some of the champions that we have in wrestling now, you have Madison Rayne's the knockout champion. She used to be a lackey.
Mm-hmm.
Layla's now the Divas champion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere. Although now I think they turned it into a tag belt. So, which is that how we get our women's tag division WWE?
The Freebird rule.
Yeah. Everybody's under the Freebird rule, which and apparently for singles titles now.
Freebird.
Which I still think that's the demolition rule in my world.
No, it's the Freebird rule, Sorg.
I remember, I didn't have cable, so I couldn't see the Freebirds or anything else other than demolition was my world. To me, Legion of Doom was the Pretenders when they came in later. I know that's blasphemy to everybody, but that's just how I grew up, man. And I realized there's this whole other world of wrestling. I was actually listening to a shoot interview with CM Punk, and he talked about all the wrestling they had the opportunity to see in Chicago. You know,
Right.
a couple territories, WWF or whatever, reached over that way. And it's just like, man, if I had cable, I would have either burned out of wrestling or be an even larger wrestling night when I was 8. You know, because I couldn't get enough of it. Because remember, my only wrestling was Saturday night's main event whenever it was on, and Sunday morning superstars.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Yeah, me too.
And this is why I had no idea of a Ric Flair until they started talking about the Real World's Champion with Bobby Heenan. You know, I had no idea of Sting, you know, until I picked up like a Pro Wrestling Illustrated one time.
Right.
You know? So, just, you know, the interesting. And that was the way WWF was. Nobody else existed to them at the time. So.
Well, I mean, you could argue that's kind of the way they still operate now.
Yeah, in their own little bubble, but they still acknowledge stuff. And speaking of acknowledging stuff, Bryan Daniels, I know we were angry last week. Or at least one person was very angry last week.
I was very angry, and
I
Mad Mike
apologize,
lied to
Wrestle
me.
fan. You were exactly right.
I was right.
But you have to admit, his promo going out the door was great. We're like,
that was awesome.
well, Daniel Bryan, I mean, sucks to be him, but Bryan Danielson didn't get eliminated. You know, look on the internet. Bryan Danielson's kick ass, you know. And that big acknowledgement of that, and they're acknowledging the YouTube wrestling viewers and everything, you know, they're admitting that this whole other world exists. They're talking more about the independent scene than I've ever seen WWE talk about. And I was distracted by the tweets, I'm sorry.
Another thing,
Are they shiny?
No, the only thing was like with the Bryan Danielson getting eliminated. I was really hoping that they were eventually going to have a challenge or whatever where like they can win a match against any person they choose, and he chooses Michael Cole.
And yeah, you notice last night, Evil NXT Cole randomly came out last night on Raw.
I hate you, Michael Cole.
It was so weird.
He doesn't know what he's doing anymore. He should just be a heel the whole time.
He's turning like schizophrenic as far as like what his.
But he's turning more like when Don West was a heel for a little while, and like he would just anything that a good guy would do, he would crap on. You know what I mean?
Which
it wouldn't really have any substance to it.
Which
you know?
yeah, and which a lot of guys did. Like that was pretty much the way they did things back in the day, back in the 80s. Maybe he's trying to be a Bobby Heenan or something, but they were a lot better at it. You know,
Bobby Heenan was.
They were a lot better at justifying it or tripping over themselves when Gorilla Monsoon really, you know, kind of showed their true colors and stuff. You know,
no one can be a Bobby Heenan. Everyone else should stop trying.
Yeah, or a Jesse Ventura, or you know, anyways, let's see what's going on here. I'll get to my next page of the news here. But Jim Ross is closing his barbecue restaurant. Online store will remain open.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God, barbecue hat.
But yeah, Jim Ross is going to be closing it. He says, we make no excuses in the upcoming weeks. Professional schedules likely change. He had 2 restaurants at one point, but he closed it in Moore, Oklahoma a while back. He pretty much said this is due to the shift in the economy and rising overhead they encountered. So, but they still have. He has a lot going on. JR, you know, and hopefully we'll see him. It'll be interesting if he ends up in MMA on HDNet here soon. I'll probably watch a bit more HDNet. That's for sure. So,
I'd
God,
love to see him commentate on MMA.
Put him on Ring of Honor, please.
Jeez,
Please, they need it. Oh man. So, I can't. It's the only thing keeping me from it. Colt Cabana was hilarious this week with the Briscoes, but you get to a match and I want to fall asleep, man. I mean, it's just. Yeah. It's not bad matches either. It's just...
That's the thing, too, like we mentioned with the Bobby Heenan stuff. Apparently every wrestler, or every wrestling announcer on every TV show wants to be Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
Because that, Dave Prazak. ever since started watching Ring of Honor HDNet, he plays the Bobby Heenan role of just shitting on all the faces.
But he's not good at it. He's
not good at it either. That's what I'm saying.
He's worse than Don West. He's so bland. There's no character to it. Like, he's saying the stuff that Bobby Heenan's supposed to say, but there's no, like, it doesn't feel like he believes it in the long run.
The thing about Bobby Heenan, because I was actually watching Classics on Demand this past week, and they have a whole bit on Bobby Heenan, like his whole Hall of Fame stuff, everything about Bobby Heenan's show and all that. So, you have to remember, before Bobby Heenan was a commentator, he was a wrestler, and then he was a manager.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had many, many years to cultivate this entire personality as being the brain. Like, he was a manager, I think, maybe 7 or 8 years before he even started commentary.
Right.
So, that's why, like, Matt Stryker probably has the best chance to be something like Bobby Heenan, because, people know Matt Stryker's character.
Yeah.
But
Matt Stryker needs to take Michael Cole's place of the heel announcer.
That's why I wanted Matt Stryker to get drafted to Raw.
Boy,
I think a Matt Stryker King combination on Raw would be really, really good, actually.
Really, Matt Stryker King? Like,
yes.
But then who's your play-by-play guy? Stryker just go play-by-play?
Stryker can do play-by-play and heel.
I don't think you can't have a heel play-by-play, or would that would be the innovation to it, I guess,
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
but really in the environment in WWE where let's admit it, they're not really up for change over there. I mean, he'd really have to impress, and it sounds like he's pissing off too many people up there as it is.
He's not pissing off the important people.
That's good. I mean, just the guys at ringside. So, how much pull does Michael Cole really have, So, anyways.
Well, he'll talk badly about you on his WWE Universe blog.
Oh, man. Don't want to get the blog out.
Snap.
Beth Phoenix, of course, losing the belt to Layla and Michelle McCool somehow. To miss up to 6 months with the torn ACL.
Aww.
That's really shitty.
On the bright side, though, she is now part Liger and part RoboCop.
That's right.
The weird thing is, when I was reading that, isn't that what Melina's out for too? Something about a torn ACL or
I thought it
something
seemed like a repeat story. I thought it seemed very familiar. But yeah, that's really shitty, and it's a big hit to the women's division there.
Well, I think Melina is almost ready to come back, and I think they were going to bring her back on SmackDown. So
yeah,
that should help.
They really do need it, because who else are they going to defend against these the beautiful people knockoffs here? Kelly. Really? Really? Kelly.
Wow, she did
call them the beautiful knockoffs.
They really are.
Yeah, the beautiful knockoffs.
That's tremendous.
Did I say that? Is that what I said?
Yes. Yeah, I thought you said the beautiful knockoffs. That's great.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, apparently she did tear her ACL. Melina, I mean, in a match.
Yeah, she was out for about 6 months, so.
The fear of the ACL in the women's division.
All right, guys. We really need to get these iPhone apps and these Audible trials going and move them out the door, because the Hart family mansion is for sale. We got to rub our pennies together for this one, guys. The Calgary property is listed at $4.95 million by Remax Real Estate up there.
Shit, is that all?
I know. I mean, shit. Check my couches, right? So Bret Hart stopped by the property on Thursday to take photos, and was surprised to see the property was for sale again. Really? Well, I guess nobody's really living there. Both his parents have passed. I guess they've just been holding on to the house.
That doesn't include the dungeon, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Well, the dungeon's the basement.
The dungeon was the basement of the house, sir.
Mm-hmm. I was trying to make sure. Oh my god. We need to redo a, what was it? Who was in it? Owen Hart and,
Dan the Beast Severin.
Dan Severin! Mm-hmm. We're gonna have a dungeon.
Or was it Ken Shamrock?
No, I think it was Dan Severin.
Well, but we should post, see if we can find that on YouTube and post it on the site.
Oh boy.
As an ode to the dungeon.
I will beat the crap out of someone.
Who's gonna be the guy that buys that, I mean, I mean, one, is it going to be somebody that actually knows wrestling? You know, Bret Hart's like almost a Wayne Gretzky as far as wrestling goes up there. Yeah, I mean, so I don't think there's anybody that doesn't know the Hart family up there. You know, as maybe somebody maybe doesn't know Hulk Hogan here. You know, I mean, but it's just like, yeah, here's the basement. It was called the dungeon. Maybe I think somebody died there. Somebody could have died there.
Ooh.
Hey, come on. Come on now.
So, you never know. It's called the dungeon. Why not?
Sunday's the anniversary of Owen Hart, Sorg. Show some respect.
Sorry. All right.
By the way, the day of the pay-per-view called Over the Edge is the anniversary of Owen Hart's death.
Oh. See,
and
it's
over the limit.
I was wondering about that because it was Over the Limit, and I was like, wow, isn't this around the time when Over the Edge was?
It's exactly the same.
That's so rough.
Yeah, it was. You're right. It was Owen Hart and Ken Shamrock.
So I had a link here to the Meatloaf interview after his showing in Pittsburgh here. Dude, that guy does not look right. He looks like he looks like he's seen some shit. Okay.
He looks like Meatloaf.
That's what I was about to say.
There you go.
The meatloaf.
So we got a link to that on our delicious links there. Also, in the interesting comments from Hogan, apparently he's talked. Hogan's been talking up Abyss, of course. You know, pretty big deal what we've seen with Abyss taking on the Hogan ring and music and moveset. Apparently, Hulk Hogan referred to Hulk Hogan says that Abyss is TNA's John Cena.
Jesus Christ.
TNA's John Cena.
I'm gonna punch Hulk Hogan in his. I'm gonna punch Hogan in his bad heart / back.
Of course, Abyss was really nice. Of course, Abyss was really nice to say. You know, it's. You know, a quote from Between the Ropes when he was on last week. I actually heard this interview. It was interesting. It says, for a guy of Hogan's status, what he's done and accomplished in this business in his life, give that kind of endorsement is pretty exciting. I was thrilled when I heard it. I've really enjoyed getting to know Hulk and work with him. It's been an excellent relationship. Now, I'm not going to discount. Like, if I was a wrestler and I got to work with Hulk Hogan, I'd be pretty excited for it. You know, especially if I was on his good side. But, I mean, the guy, you know, can't say the guy doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to wrestling and getting the crowd, you know, behind him and everything in there. So I would, if I was Abyss, I think I'd be towing that line too. You know what I mean? I really, but I still don't know if you can call him, no disrespect to Abyss, but the next John Cena, really?
No. If anyone should be TNA's John Cena, it should be someone like AJ Styles. Not to say, not John Cena as in...
He's really good as the face, but he's not... I mean, and he's the company man and everything. I mean, you know, how are you looking at it, you know?
If anything, I'd say the Pope is TNA's John Cena.
Well...
But we have not proven that he's the company guy yet.
Well, not yet, of course not.
So,
who else would you think of?
When John Cena started out, he wasn't the company guy either.
No, but he put himself into that, you know. God, really, the closest thing, I gotta be honest, the closest thing has to be Kurt Angle. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he has been there for about 5 years. He has been company guy.
5 years?
You know? I was surprised. Sting's been there for 5 years. Angle wasn't too far after him. So... And Angle is still, you know, as much as, you know, I know as a fan, I worry about his health and everything, but he is still putting on as good a matches as he was 5 years ago. Hands down. I mean, you can't deny that, you know.
That match with Anderson at Lockdown was amazing.
Oh, his shit with Anderson was tremendous. And the possibility of him and RVD, which they are really pushing for him and RVD at the next pay-per-view, I think. Dude, that's going to be great. You know, if they get on the same...
Also, go ahead.
No, go right.
Well, I was just going to mention another thing from the pay-per-view now that we're talking about Anderson. new Anderson's catchphrase. His following are known as Anderson's assholes.
Man, that was great. The crowd yelling, "I'm an asshole." You know, it's.
Dude, I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No, I'm sorry. The dude is supposed to be a heel.
Yeah,
He's supposed to be a heel.
He's being obnoxious.
I know
being obnoxious, though, is the point.
He doesn't know how to be a heel. Jeff Hardy got no reaction in that match. Jeff Hardy is supposed to be the second biggest face in the company.
Mm-hmm.
And Anderson completely shit on him.
Yeah.
Completely shit on him with that promo because no one gave a fuck about Jeff Hardy in that match. No one even wanted to see Jeff Hardy win. There were boos when Jeff Hardy beat Anderson in that match. That's not what you want.
But isn't there sort of a turn happening here? Because there was
they had Anderson offer the hand, and Hardy just rolled out of the ring.
I'm thinking Anderson's going face, and they've been kind of teasing the Jeff Hardy turning an RVD thing for a few weeks now.
No,
you know?
if Jeff had grabbed the hand of Anderson, I guarantee he would have given him a mic check.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Jeff Hardy didn't shake the hand. You always see heels extend the hand. I was just watching the Shawn Michaels DVD, and they had the match with him and Jericho at WrestleMania 19.
Mm-hmm.
Jericho gave him a hug after it, and then kicked him in the crotch. That's what a heel does, especially after they lose a match.
I don't know.
I don't know, but if this Anderson asshole thing is nothing like testicles, I'll be fine.
I'm sorry, the bad guys are selling T-shirts. I mean, you can't, $1 Million Man didn't sell T-shirts back in the day. It's a different generation of the heel. It's okay to cheer the heel. They're crossing the line, and Jeff Hardy not getting over. That's kind of where Jeff Hardy's at right now. You know what I mean? Like maybe people don't care about him as much because he hasn't put himself over.
I don't think it's Anderson that's selling that T-shirt though. I think it's just that T-shirt that's selling that T-shirt.
That's true. That's true.
Because
I do want that T-shirt.
That's a funny slogan.
For those that don't know, what's the slogan again? It's pro wrestling is real.
Pro wrestling is real. People are fake.
Yeah. That's a great T-shirt.
I don't want that.
It's not even a catchphrase he says.
No.
It's not an Anderson shirt.
But the whole
It's
idea
a shirt that happens to have his name on
the
it.
whole idea of Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Anderson is being the fucking jerk.
But he's not being a jerk. Everyone's cheering him.
People are cheering for the jerk. It's the Stone Cold effect. It's different.
No, it's not the Stone Cold effect.
I think it's
people just want to chant asshole.
No, not really the Stone Cold effect. I think it's more The Rock. You know, back when he was in the Nation of Domination, he would cut, the promos that he would cut would almost somewhat get him over as, to the fans. I think Anderson is trying to be more of TNA's, Rock than anything else.
What do you think? And speaking of The Rock, I really kind of had that feeling this week when I saw The Miz come out to the ring.
Oh, yes.
His shake off and microphone disarmament of Josh Matthews or something was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is really becoming people are going to be cheering him more than booing him. I mean, already people are behind him. Hey, people love the awesome thing and everything, and he's going to be one of those guys that I'll throw it out there. Promo wise, I think he's the next Chris Jericho.
Well, I
can
think
see
that's why
that.
they paired him with Jericho. I can see, soon as their tag team comes to an end,
obviously somebody else is seeing it.
Turn from it.
Yeah. So I love what they're doing with them. I'm even happy what they're doing with Big Show there. WWE, way to go from boring me to tears on Monday night to having a great show. Loved everything last night, just about,
Yeah, that's because they put all their big players on Mondays now.
Well, even SmackDown's
you have
good.
Jericho, Edge, Orton, and Miz all interacting.
Even SmackDown's good. Even SmackDown's more interesting.
SmackDown is big.
This is like the most effectual I've seen the draft in several years. I mean, look at this pay-per-view like we talked about before. And let's real quick while we're thinking about it, let's go ahead and run down this pay-per-view. We're running low on time here. Excuse me. Over the Edge.
Picks?
What's that?
Are we going to do picks?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done picks.
Let's do some picks.
let's do this kind of speedy-wise as soon as this comes up. Here it is. 8 matches lined up for this week. I can't imagine them adding any more. Of course, the big one, John Cena, Batista, I Quit match. Cena goes over unless we're going to have a really big swerve. Because all the smart marks out there know that Batista's supposed to be out the door.
Cena says he never backs down and he never quits.
There you go. There you go.
I think Cena might pull like a pussy move like he did at Extreme Rules.
Something.
And it'll be like the Rock Mankind at Royal Rumble 99 where he plays I Quit over the loudspeakers.
Yeah. Something interesting and swervy is going to happen.
Try to actually win a match, you know, the way you look like you're not a pussy.
Yeah. Because I can't, you know, Batista even on his way out the door, it's got to be something tremendous to make him tap. You know,
I don't think this is his last match, though.
You think? Maybe he'll do like a Monday deal or something.
I think they're going to give him, I think he's going to ask for one more match on Raw. And if he can't win that, then he will leave WWE.
But they're already saying this is the last chance.
Yeah.
I know.
If Batista puts his career on the line, that's the ultimate last chance.
Like the Terra thing. I think they're trying not to make it so obvious.
Either that or Batista takes it and he makes the title vacant.
Also, there was speculation it was supposed to be a career match until Tara had her career match. So that is speculation. It's the rumblings out there on the web.
Oh, and by the way, Sorg, we were wrong before. The next pay-per-view is Fatal 4-Way.
Yes, I was actually corrected in the chat room, and then I think it's Money in the Bank after that.
Yes.
I think this will be a fun match. Of course, not match tonight. Jack Swagger and Big Show. I'm thinking I think Swagger pulls it out like an interesting way.
I don't know how he's going to do it, but Swagger's
going to be an interesting way he pulls it out, and it's. I think Swagger's being built here. You know what I mean? And Big Show's a good stopgap.
I'm looking forward to this match, actually. I think Swagger and Big Show can do something really good.
And Big Show's another guy that's been really entertaining lately. You know, even stuff after the long-winded promo of Swagger on SmackDown. They cut to a commercial mid-promo. I've never seen that.
On a tape show.
On a tape show.
No, I've only seen it one time.
What was that?
When Jericho was running down the moves that he like the 1001 holds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was great.
Intercontinental Drew McIntyre, Kofi Kingston. Holy crap, the IC belt kind of matters now. Great.
Yeah. I think Drew will probably take this one, and then maybe he'll go up against Kofi on some other event. Maybe Money in the Bank. If it's gonna be a ladder. If it's going to be a ladder match,
maybe Fatal 4-Way. Maybe
I could see a Fatal 4-Way with
Drew,
Matt, Kofi,
I'd like
to
see them extend that concept down to those secondary belts like that.
But I think Matt's going to cost Drew the belt.
Mm-hmm. Rey Mysterio and CM Punk, of course, the Pledge of the Straight Edge Society versus hair match.
I think for some reason I'm really feeling that Rey's going to win this.
I'm thinking Punk's going bald. You know, I'm thinking. You know,
I think he'd be the one to do it.
He's going to do the look change, you know, because he's looked the same, be a hair color for the last, I don't know how long.
Either way, it will be a good match.
Real quick, Orton Edge. I love how much time has been dedicated to this.
I think Punk's going to win that.
Oh yeah,
it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think Rey's going to have to join the society, and then he's going to turn Luke and Serena against Punk.
There you go.
And then you'll have like Rey and Luke against Punk and their mystery man, because you have to remember they haven't revealed who the mystery man is.
That's true.
Suki.
No, it's Joey Mercury.
Sir, it's faceplate.
Faceplate. Orton versus Edge, guys.
I don't care. I just want to see that match.
It'll be good, but Orton.
Yeah, I'm thinking Edge. Tag team match, Hart Dynasty and Jericho and Miz. I'm thinking Jericho and Miz on this one.
I hope the Hart Dynasty gets it.
Yeah, for that reason, but, I think it's going to be more fun to see Jericho and Miz go to
definitely,
SmackDown.
I would love to see
Big
them win
Show.
the belt down the line.
Yeah.
But I think Dynasty's going to
That could be a Fatal 4-Way thing later. Who knows? Divas Champion Eve versus Maurice. Do we care?
I kind of care.
R-Truth.
Stuff's been pretty funny on there, like on Raw, where it's like Maurice attacks Eve during her photo shoot and and takes photos of her like leaning over her like unconscious body, and then
that was good.
And then Maurice learning jiu-jitsu and then like kicking the guy in the leg afterwards because he told her to try to concentrate.
Awesome. All right. And of course, R-Truth and Ted DiBiase. Virgil will be there. Virgil on a pay-per-view. Oh man!
Virtual on
man.
a pole match.
Virtual on a pole match. I think it'll be fun.
R-Truth's gonna win.
R-Truth,
No,
Virgil
it's
turns
DiBiase.
on DiBiase and they reform the Nation of Domination.
DiBiase.
I want to see it!
No, dude. If they have a chance to do a Nation of Domination where it's on SmackDown, you got
Yeah,
MVP,
good point.
you got JTG,
You got Teddy Long.
Teddy Long, exactly.
Riz says that Virgil wins. So there you go. All right, guys. That's the pay-per-view.
Virgil steals the $1 million champion.
Spoiler, no line at his autograph table.
No line. It's a video before the show. No line. All right, guys. Real quick, WrestleFan, what have you learned from wrestling this week?
Ooh.
You act like it's a new question.
I get caught so off guard. I'm sorry.
You get caught off guard. It's almost the end of the show, Dan.
I know. But, I think that, if TNA, I've said this like 10 million times though, but if TNA can actually make some changes, realize from their ratings, if they can make changes in their product, and more than that in their advertising, you know, maybe moving back to Thursdays won't be that bad for them. You know, I don't know.
They had a good base there. What's
really,
that?
I've learned nothing. I've learned that TNA, oh my god.
I continue my learnings from last week. So, all right. And Mad Mike, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that I can predict wrestling booking and wrestling title changes because Bret Hart won the U.S. title.
That's right.
And Halo, the band, are your TNA Tag Team Champions.
No. And you did. You did like 2 months before it happened. Yeah,
you did.
I said as soon as Kevin Nash won that tag team title shot, I said as soon as he won it, I'm like, I don't know when they're gonna do it. I don't know how they're gonna do it. And Kevin Nash and Scott Hall are holding those belts.
Guys, you don't realize your AO was stuck mid-A about a minute there. It was pretty awesome on the video feed. Yeah, right there. And Chachi was over to watch the TNA pay-per-view with me. We actually made an event of it. And he was like, basically like, okay, so RVD and everybody else pretty much gives a title holding in their contract then, right? And I think it's pretty obvious, so.
That for Jeff Hardy.
There you go.
And, now the Machine Guns have their 250th, number one contendership.
They got, as long as they're not selling them off like Crime Time did, so.
Yeah. Sorgatron, what'd you learn this week?
What did I learn this week? Gee whiz. I learned that I can leave at the end of a Sting beatdown of Jeff Jarrett, take Chachi home, up in Allentown, which is probably about 2 miles away, and come back just in time for the bell to ring for RVD versus, AJ Styles. I was rather impressed.
And you missed absolutely nothing.
Apparently not. Just for fun, we brought up Justin TV to see if anybody had the pay-per-view stream and see if I could watch it in the car on the way. I actually did catch RVD's interview before it got cut off and then got back and there's the match. I'm like, well, this is convenient. I mean, it's gotta take like 20 minutes to get up there and back, right? Man.
Dude.
At least.
I heard that the reason they did that was because Sting had a bum shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean,
he's been working injured forever, I hear.
Damn it. Now I know what I learned this week in the TNA pay-per-view. Why the fuck did TNA get rid of David Penzer?
What? Oh, yeah.
They did get rid of David Penzer.
They did.
It wasn't like he was using it for one night. They did get rid of him. Wow. Or he left or whatever.
Maybe he moved on or something. Maybe he's like, man, I ain't sticking around for this. Maybe he's like, I can't even get your match concepts and I'm out of here.
I announced like David Penzer.
You know. But hey,
it's not that hard to do. It's 2 high octaves and 2 low octaves. Whatever wrestler you use.
All right.
Sound like David Penzer.
All right, guys. Real quick, Sasquatch from the chat room says he learned that it's fun to post random phobias on here and see how you guys react.
They're lies.
There you go. Lies.
Lies and
They're
speculation.
lies. Mastrophobia, fear of boobs.
All right. Anyways, on that note, I hope you guys had fun. Maybe we won't bring DJ Lunchbox.
Yeah, fuck him.
Woo!
Fuck him.
But no, seriously, he should be back next week. We're going to be trying to get some guests. We got some stuff in the works. There's some interesting names popping up. I'll just tell you that. Our intern is hard at work, and stay tuned. Of course, everything's up for, maybe it might be renamed, but the, free music fun time show over at sorgatronmedia.com/musicfuntime. You can search for that on iTunes and check out the first couple episodes and the interviews there. And of course, we record that right after this show around 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern on Tuesday nights. And just go to WrestlingMayhemShow.com for the chat room for that and everything. So it's real loose. A lot of post editing for that. So, but I want to thank, Mad Mike and WrestleFan for testing out new Skype Beta video. I think it worked out awesome, guys. So
I think it worked out great.
So everybody
I
make
just
sure
hope they don't start charging for it.
Yeah, seriously. So basically, you guys need to make sure you dress for the show every week.
Yeah, come on, WrestleFan.
Maybe clean up.
I wanted to get hits!
So maybe clean up the area a little bit there, and we'll work on it,
Are you saying my place is dirty, Sorg?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's the Yankees
Are you trying
game.
to insult my palace of awesome?
I'm saying there's the Yankees game in the background there in the window.
I see it! I see it in the reflection!
I think that's illegal.
Red Sox.
We're gonna get in trouble for broadcasting an MLB game.
I'm not charging anyone to see it.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it better.
And then
plus, you can't see what the score is.
And then WrestleFan with his random.
Yanks are winning.
The mirror. All I have is a mirror in the background.
A mirror is in the background. Where?
Yeah,
oh yeah, over there.
Circular mirror, right about here.
Yeah.
You look up.
And random people. That's all right.
You know what, WrestleFan? You can look right about here.
Oh, all right, guys. That's it. This is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Please check us out, WrestlingMayhemShow.com, Twitter at Mayhem Show. Please give us a call if you are so drunk and apt to at 412-206-WMS0. Email us at goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com. And remember that Audible link for the free trial. Free audio book, audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Stick around. We're going to have a lot of fun. 220's up next week. We'll see you guys. This is Sorg, WrestleFan, and Mad Mike. We are out of here.
Thank you for listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Please subscribe to our iTunes streams and blog at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Email us at goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com. or call us with any comments at 412-206-WMS0. We love to hear from our fans, and who knows, maybe you'll make it onto the show. The Wrestling Mayhem Show was recorded live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in front of a live internet audience, and is a production of Sorgatron Media. You can be part of the show as we record live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on TalkShoe.com and Eastern.tv.